Hello and welcome to another new moon ceremony. I'm Safrianna Luna, the queer spirit guide, and I am so delighted to be here with you in this time and space in community because life is hard right now, friends. I know so many people right now that are absolutely in emotional turmoil and devastation with everything that's happening in the world. And then on top of that, with just all of this cosmic energy and the eclipse and everything, it's been really a lot of upheaval in people's personal lives as well. Pretty much everyone that I've talked to lately has had a similar experience of just almost not recognizing their life. And it's really funny. I have a business bestie, Meryl Hayton. She and I have done some lives together if you ever want to go check those out. But uh, she and I do this morning message thing where we check in every day in the morning. We've been doing it for I think we're nearing 300 days now actually. And every day for the longest time, back in the summer and even in the spring, I kept saying, in October, my life is going to look unrecognizable. And here we are, and it's October, and it's getting very unrecognizable. So if you feel that way, friends, I am with you, and I am just sending you so much love and compassion right now, truly. And good to see you, Mary Fran. If you're watching live today, feel free to say hi in the chat and maybe just give me a word of what you're feeling right now with this eclipse energy. As I am live right now, the eclipse energy is taking place. I believe it's actually peaking in about 2 minutes. So there is just all of this swell of energy here for us right now. And it's here for us. It might look like things are falling apart. It might look like the absolute destruction of everything we've ever known. And we get to lean into trust that this is actually here for us. Yes, heavy energy. Mary Fran, I completely hear that. It's been a very dense, squeezing, rebirthing energy, really. So, if you haven't joined me in one of these moon ceremonies yet, the process is simple. If you want to have a notebook and a pen, you are welcome to grab that so you can take some notes as things arise for you. You are welcome to take in this ritual however you want. But what I will be doing is inviting you to set some intentions. I'll do an energy clearing, I'll channel a meditation, and then I will draw some cards for the collective. And that's the flow. And I do this right alongside you. So I will be writing my own journal prompts down and setting my own intentions. So let's just orient to this Libra energy. So, my dear friend Tamara Childs, who is my favorite astrologist, she said that basically this is like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feeling right now, and that there's just all of this topsy turvy, shifting, changing energy. It's really this cyclone, is what I'm feeling right now. And it started with the eclipse that we just had with the last full moon, and it's been this vortex ever since. And so you might feel like you're hurtling forward just into the unknown. And there's an invitation to lean into the unknown here, to really rebalance the equation. So Libra energy is actually diplomatic. Libra energy is actually social and communicative. But right now, with all of the other energy, I believe it's Mars in Cancer right now, is really creating communication snafus for those that aren't ready to communicate in this diplomatic and fair minded way that Libra really invites. And Libra is inviting us to seek that balance and harmony. And again, I'll just look into collective energies here. If you look out in the world right now, there's not very much balance and harmony. There's so much us versus them energy and just fighting and needing to fight. And it's not supportive of anybody, but it's in our face right now, and it's so in our face right now that we're really waking up to, like, is this how I want this to be? Is this what communication looks like? Is this what community looks like? Is this what a global collective looks like? And the answer is no. That's not what harmony in a global collective or at a personal level looks like. And so we're being called into higher with this, and this eclipse is really bringing it all up, and it's really topsy turvy. So are being called to foster more harmony. And there's something, everything I've been reading about this eclipse, again, Tamra, and several other intuitive friends that I follow have all been talking about how this particular eclipse, because Libra is so associated with relationships and all of the other energy that's happening right now, we're seeing these massive shifts in relationships. We're seeing relationships falling away. We're seeing relationships reorder themselves. And this is platonic and romantic relationships. There's no divide here. I know I personally have let go of some relationships just within these past few weeks, and it's been tremendously challenging. And I'm hearing of people, letting friends go, letting family members go, partners. Like, it's everyone I'm talking to right now is kind of having this experience of recalibrating the community. And so we're being asked, what community do we want to create in this next chapter? So that's really what's here. And so I'm going to invite us to go ahead and set some intentions. I'm going to drop some intention setting starter statements. Whew, that's a tongue twister, into the chat. And you can use any of these statements to sort of start just a quick sentence. Jot down what you're calling in, what you're inviting in, or what you're releasing, what your intention with this ritual is. Um, so in the coming weeks, I'm ready to, I choose to, something like that. And you can see my prompts in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and do this myself as well. Well, mine came in quick. So if anyone wants to share anything, any intentions in the chat, feel free. And, one of the things that I love about this format of ritual is I've gotten a lot of feedback from people saying, like, thank you for doing it this way because I'm shy. I don't want to be seen, or like, I don't want to publicly share. People in spiritual closet, people who don't know how to use technology and they're like shy with the technology itself, but can watch, can see it on YouTube, can see it on Facebook. So I love doing this format. And if you do ever want to share something with me, but you don't want to put it in the chat, you are always welcome to send me a DM. I love hearing some of the experiences that people have had. So that is an open invitation. So my intention is I choose to be at peace. And as we're all setting our intentions, I'm just going to get my smoke going over here. So I'll just invite you, even as you're continuing to set some intentions and just tuning into this moment, to take a nice deep breath, whatever that looks like for you. I intend to get the things done that I haven't handled. Take the reins. Yes, actually, that's great. That is a wonderful intention, because the Aries energy that's coming up with the full moon is actually calling us into making plans and taking action. So it's really, I love that. I love that you're building that momentum. So again, as you continue to set intentions or just sit with them, I always notice when I set an intention and I say an affirmation that there might be a little blip. There might be a little negative voice or statement that comes in that says, no, you can't have that. That's not for you. So why we release next is because now we're aware of the blockages and the things that get in our way with making our affirmations come true. So releasing in this moment any tension you can in your body, maybe letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. Maybe seeing if you can just invite in a deeper breath. Eyes can be opened or closed. You can continue journaling. There is no right or wrong here. And I'm just releasing some of the pain held by the collective right now as we move through this tumultuous eclipse. As we witness the suffering in the world around us right now. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Just releasing here. I think my tech might have frozen for a moment there, so hopefully we're back together again. Just releasing. There's so much energy here, and if you are an energy sensitive person, that's a fun fact. You might mess with tech some, disrupt it. That's why I choose to be peace. So just whatever you can let go of here. There's so much pain and suffering in the world right now. How can you let go of suffering you're creating yourself? Because you can't let go of the suffering experienced by others. You can't. You can't solve the world's problems. But how can you anchor in and reduce the level of suffering in the world by handling the pain that is here in this moment, being tender, and then choosing to let go? Releasing, releasing, releasing. So as we stay here in this more relaxed space, I'll just invite us to either have our journals available in case we want to jot down any thoughts. But again, eyes can be opened or closed here. I'm going to move into a time of visualization and meditation. And I just like to set up some expectations. During this meditation, you can, again, receive it however you want. You can dance, you can sing, you can shake your body out, or you can lay or sit. I will just be going with whatever comes in that needs to be shared, and there may be non-English syllables that are spoken. That is light language or glossolalia. These sounds and iterations are simply vibrations and frequencies meant to help activate or clear an energy that's coming through. This is done in the highest vibration of love, and I truly intend no harm to anyone, anywhere, at any time. So you can take in and receive whatever of this lands for you. You can release the rest. There is no expectation. But just find yourself in your own comfortable position for now, knowing you can change. You can shift and take care of your body at any point in time. And we'll just start by taking a few deep breaths here in your own way, in your own pace. And maybe you use the exhale to sigh out or release a little bit more. Using the inhale to call yourself home, call back all parts of you scattered to the winds. And the exhale blows away, releases anything sticky, stagnant, stuck, ready to be released, that is not you, that does not belong to you. And I'll invite you to drop down from the head into the heart space, moving out of the thinking mind into the feeling, the expansion, feeling the opening heart space, and perhaps calling up a recent time where you felt unconditional love, just absolute awe and wonder and love, perhaps with an animal companion, a loved one, or by yourself in nature. And allow that moment to expand in your heart space, opening a portal out into a dark night scene. It might be at a forest's edge or in some other terrain, but it is almost completely dark. And as you feel called, you can step through that portal into this time and space within and take a moment to orient to the darkness, seeing any trees, what the ground might look like, maybe even it's so obscured in your human sight you might need to feel. This is a time of uncertainty. Can you breathe that in? Can you be with that here? In the darkness, there is uncertainty. And as you orient gently to your body, just being present and aware with compassion, you begin to hear the sounds, smell the smells, really taking in sensory information about this environment you found yourself in. And you can feel this growing energy, this growing sense of chaos, this growing sense that in the chaos there can be clarity. And that is here in this eclipse energy. And as you bask in the chaos and the clarity, holding both as if in the palm of each hand, seeing between them the balance, the scales, the Libra energy, chaos and clarity. As you take in this energy, what do you notice in your body? Is there anxiety? Is there tension? Is there ease? Where can you invite in more ease and bring the clarity more into balance? Life is truly this journey of balancing shadow and light. We never avoid the shadow. We're in it. And if we don't choose to flow in it, we get stuck in it. The lesson here is that lesson of harmony, of balance, seeing the infinity symbol as if balancing the weights on the scales. Shadow and light flowing, chaos and clarity. And you're joined by a companion here in the dark, a spectral wolf. They're not quite here in this realm. You can tell that while you can sense or see them, they're not entirely tangible. They have one foot in this dimension and one firmly in the higher dimensions. And this wolf invites you to shapeshift, to transform with them, to step into them, to take on their form, to see through their eyes, and have the opportunity to explore this terrain in a new way, see the shadows in a new light. So, however you experience this, finding yourself joining with, melding with this energetic wolf spirit. And begin to use your new senses, your new form to take in the space. Suddenly, in that chaos, what clarity is there? Inviting the light into the dark. Just allowing here there to be this sense of balance, balancing the scales, the peace that is here as you allow yourself to take on a new perspective. And it's time to find the gems in the shadows as you release the vision of before, as you release that absolute darkness, as you invite in your new senses, what do you see as possible coming out of this chaos? What is here for you as you merge with more clarity and as you hunt around, sniff around, look around for the gems that are here that were hidden in the shadows? So just taking some time here to be with that wolf spirit, to look around, to see what gems are arising for you here in this sense of chaos and darkness. What possibilities are here for you now? And just breathe. Breathe in the possibilities. Breathe in the energy that is here for you now, the clarity, the peace, the ease, the willingness to take action, to find harmony and balance, to let go of what no longer serves, to release what is no longer in alignment, to come fully back to ourselves, to our hearts, with a new sense of balance, compassion, and inner peace. Anchoring that in with the breath. And I just feel called to share some affirmations, and you can take them in as your own. You might repeat them back to yourself aloud or in your head if they land. But just allowing these words to wash over you and take in what truth you can. I am made of love. I am capable of inner harmony. I invite in peace. I am willing to look at things from new perspectives. I am willing to release what is not for me to make space for what is. I am open to receiving. I am open to moving into my highest good, my highest timeline. I am open to anchoring in peace. I am a force for peace on this planet. I am here to be love. I am here to love. I am. I am. I am. So perhaps there is something you've taken from this time, a symbol, an image, an affirmation, even a seed word that you can anchor into your heart. Whatever it is, find your way back towards the portal of the heart, feeling an energy of gratitude for all of the beautiful things that do exist in your life here and now, and a sense of willingness to call in more, to balance your scales, to be ever more in alignment. And as you arrive at the portal, allowing yourself to gently unenmesh from the wolf spirit, Perhaps bringing hands to heart center to give a bow of gratitude to this wolf. Perhaps hands on heart center to give gratitude towards yourself. And if there is that symbol or phrase, seed word, etc., just allowing that to be planted in your heart now. And breathe it in. And then beginning the exit process, moving back through the portal, saying goodbye to the darkness, goodbye to the wolf. And beginning to gently reorient to your body, perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes. And if the eyes are closed, opening them and taking time to look around your space. Really orient the nervous system to the here and now. And take some time to write down anything that you might need to remember. And as always, if you do want to share something in the chat, you are welcome. I'm going to begin shuffling our cards for the collective reading here. And feel free, if you're here, to just let me know with a word what that was like. For me, it was peace in the midst of the chaos. It was very interesting. All right. So today, when I tuned into what deck wanted to be used for our ceremony, the Keepers of the Light practically leapt off the shelf at me. And this really made sense, again, with the heaviness that I talked about. All the stuff that's happening in the world right now, all of the pain that's in the world right now, it is really hard to be human right now. And so the keepers of the light, ascended masters, angels, etc., are really here, whether you believe in ascended beings or not, or higher dimensional beings, whatever you want to call them, angels, ancestors, guardians, guides is what I call them. You can still anchor into the energy or the idea, the archetype, if you will, if you're not so much into associating it as a divine force. So, who wants to work with us? Okay, this is funny. The deck has Holy Amethyst on the cover, and she is the first to come out. So, Holy Amethyst wants us to remember that we are here to create alchemy, all of us, that we're here to alchemize and to constantly be in. I mean, think about it. What is the one constant of human life? Change, right? It is the constant alchemy. So, how can we drop into our hearts to have even more alchemy, to make that alchemy more compassionate? And that's really what it says directly on the card is move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. So, what do you desire? How do you focus in on that in the highest love and light, right? And in divine alchemy, we use the shadows to create more. It's very uncomfortable. And that was really what was coming through with the scales, was this balance and this equilibrium. So we have to be mindful of, our desire is our desire. How do we make that manifest in the world? And how do we create opportunities for other people to be a yes with us in our desires? And how do we move beyond the challenges of people who are not on board with us, with our ideas, or maybe who we are or what we desire? And how do we release those people? That is part of this divine alchemy, right? Sometimes it's a letting go and something more comes in. Next is Serapis Bay. I find it so funny that I used the word ascended beings because I am not a person that likes to use the word ascended. So before we even get into Serapis Bay there, I feel I just want to say that. I don't believe that ascension means anything superior. I think it's just a different state of being, to be on a different dimension or state of being. That's that. So the idea that many of us are chasing ascension um, is often really problematic. It creates more problems because we're chasing the relentless light and we ignore the shadow. So it's important to really anchor in what ascension means to us here in this human experience, which is really just expanding into greater levels of peace, love, harmony, balance, health, right? Holistic well being, joining with community, having our body, mind, spirit, and emotions in balance and in flow. We're never going to avoid that shadow side if we are here in this human experience. The new earth paradigm that we hear so much about is really just us coming into a new level of self awareness and compassion for the collective. That's what it will look like. It will look like not all of this freaking suffering everywhere and mass murder and death. That's what ascension and new earth means for humans right now. And then beyond that, who knows? The sky's the limit, right? We can do amazing things. But right now, we just need to stop killing each other and screaming at each other and harming each other and us versus theming. That's what we need to do first. So that's what New Earth looks like. And that's what Ascension looks like right now. So Serapis Bay is really here to tell us to move into our true self. And our true self, and I say self with a capital S, is capable of holding compassion, is capable of holding clarity, is capable of holding courage, and all of these anchored qualities of calm and willingness to do the hard things that need to be done. So, this is about rising above the darkness, not succumbing to it. The light is here, but if we choose not to look at the darkness, if we choose not to accept it, we just stay stuck in it. That's what ascension means here. We're ascending above that darkness to say, I don't have to be in there all the time. And when you master your shadow light flow, you're in and out of it all the time. So it's not a big deal. So Serapis Bay. And then finally, Kuan Yin. Oh my gosh, these cards are wild. Kuan Yin is all about care and compassion. How can you be more compassionate right now, right? Compassion, I have so many teachings that I offer on compassion. Compassion is more than just love, right? Love is often misunderstood to begin with, but compassion is doing what's right for everyone. Compassion is not enabling others to do harm. Compassion is standing in our power. Compassion is using our boundaries. Compassion is, again, doing what's right for everyone involved. So making sure that we are understanding lines of consent, that we are ensuring everybody is on the same page if we're doing something together, to ensure that we are caring deeply for one another. And if we can't care deeply for one another, that we release that and we allow ourselves to rise above the darkness and create something new, going back to this divine alchemy. So choose to be love. That is the big message. And offer a helping hand where you can. Compassion does look like giving help where we can give help. It does not look like self sacrifice. So don't self sacrifice. Offer help where you can. Stay genuine and true to yourself. That is the core here. So that is the message today, my friends. I hope that this was nourishing for you in some way and that it helps make sense of some of these eclipse energies and just all of the swirl that's been happening. And so I will be back again for our next ceremony in just about 2 weeks. If you enjoy these moon ceremonies and you have the means and desire to do so, please feel free to donate. I've dropped the links in the chat and it's just safrianna.com/donate. And I would love to just make a quick invitation. Two things. If you want to be notified when these moon calls are happening so that you can make it live, you can sign up for our specific moon call email list, which will give you an email notification with the direct link to watch live. And then my final invitation of the day, I'm so excited for, is the Bearer Immersion Digital Day Retreat that's coming up on November 2nd. So just a month from today. It is pay what you can, $11 or higher. We understand people are in a really tough spot. So many people are really struggling financially right now. So it is an energetic exchange, $11 or more, to be immersed in music and creativity and rest nesting. It is a digital retreat, so you can show up in your own space. We'll be making little pillow forts and cozying down with art and having lunch together, doing some meditation. It's really like this, but for like 5 hours of it, in and out of different activities. So I hope you will join us for that. And if you want to find out more about that bear immersion, I will drop that link as well, but it's livinglunas.com/bear. So thank you so much for joining me today. As always, feel free to reach out if there was something that landed for you today, a particular image, something that you just want to share. I'm always here to support how I can. So I am